Now in this video we'll be hauling cattle manure with the 5-ton dump truck to be spread on the 15 acres of hay, and we got some cornstalk bales to make for this winter.
We're going to use the 5-ton to haul some manure from a neighbor's, bring it over here to be spread on the alfalfa fields. A couple of tires that are kind of low, getting aired up here. We've got the back all cleaned out. The only thing is I'll need to build some sort of ramp when I'm loading. The skid loader can dump into it, but if I can get a few more feet higher with the skid loader, it'll dump really nice. It's only about 3 miles of a drive, so not too bad. So this is the manure pile we're going to scoop up and haul out of here. Some of it's corn stalk. I'll try and build a ramp here so we can load the truck and not have to lift up as high. It's not gonna work. A ramp isn't gonna work, it's just too soft. It's my first time ever messing around with the manure, so we gotta kind of figure it out here. Alright, on the first load, I did kind of fill it pretty full, but it's not all the way full. And the bed's only 12 feet long. Should be good. Alright, I was having some issues earlier with the dump bed. I finally got it to work. Had to use the excavator to get the first load out. Nice part about this dump truck is it dumps literally vertical, but once you scrape the crust off on the manure, it's pretty sticky. And we have the excavator here if the dump bed doesn't work, but now it's working good, so we can haul.
Things are going pretty good. Got the dump truck running good now. We were a little low on hydraulic oil, and I would say we're about 2/3 of the way through the manure. Kind of created a little ramp here so I can load. It gets a little soft in the middle there. We're gonna take a sample of the manure to try and shovel from a few different spots just to see what content's in here. So we filled up 2 bags, we'll take it in. It's not gonna be super accurate, but it'll be somewhat cool to try and estimate what you got, what you're putting on, how many tons we'll do, so.
It really seems like compost. It really seems composted. Like,
yeah, but I think this is 7 loads. Here, 6 or 7, so we'll keep rolling.
Boys, we've got a riser in our midst. He will get the last lap, it's the last thing he did. And he used to roll around in that red dirt mud. But now he's skipping town and that riser's out for blood. Don't stop going south, 'cause they'll let you play your music real damn loud. Don't stop heading south, 'cause they won't understand the words that are pouring from your mouth.
We ended up getting just about 12 dump truck loads from this yard, and once we were done, I spent some time with the skid loader here trying to grade out and slope the yard. There's some low ponding spots that can form, so I took some of the harder material in those soft spots, tried to build it up a bit, so then hopefully the cows can walk on it and not sink as bad. And then another neighbor who's much closer, about a mile away, he's got some cattle as well, so we're gonna grab a few more loads from him.
All right, the truck's been running good. We hauled about 11 loads the other day. Now it's late evening on another day. I'm getting pretty late. Hopefully I can get all 3 loads in. The sun is going down. Like I said, it's about a mile away, so it's not a big deal. And I think we're gonna spread the manure tomorrow morning sometime. Be good to get these 3 in, but it might get too dark. That's all right. Shifting down in this pretty good. I'm not perfect. Nobody's coming. That was a low third gear grab. Then we're coming up a little hill. And we're going to fourth gear. Nice and easy. Perfect. We'll do a little bit of sunset hauling. It should be just fine. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's kind of loud in here. Check, check, check. Uh-oh. Too slow. I better put my headset on. One left turn and one right turn and we're there, so just about a mile away. The truck's been running good, haven't had too many issues with it. It's way better than hauling a gravity wagon because when the weight's on the dump truck, it just handles way smoother. These brakes are Aero, we're hydraulic, so you need to pump them if you really want to stop on the dime. We still work on the first pump. The medium too, so you're just going to drive. And we're pretty much here. Getting good at backing up this thing. Tight quarters. Turning radius. Lovely. This is the lot we're gonna do. I'm guessing 2 loads. No way we can fit it in one. The neighbor's got a really nice bucket here. It's humongous. That's the pile. He scraped it all out for me. I kind of want to see how this bucket works. So this stuff has been sitting out here for 6-ish months. It's pretty dry. Oh yeah, we can fill that so fast. Oh, this bucket is so nice. It's 96 inches. Super wide. This stuff's so dry, it's not even that heavy. This stuff doesn't heap up as good, so I don't want to put a bunch on the road. Because last time it didn't, it's more wet, so it stayed pretty good. I think we're good. We'll ease out here. I think we'll get it in 2 loads. That'll be close. Very close. Alright, so to get it to dump, we're in neutral, clutch to the floor, hammer all the way down. There it goes. Should dump pretty good for the start drive. But not that literally goes vertical. So then you can throw it all the way back. Let the clutch out to reset, and it's a little tricky. Right there. You gotta put it into gear, and then it floats down. Alright, we're going to be using Grant's tractor and a neighbor's manure spreader. It's a Kuhn vertical beater manure spreader. It's a really big one. It looks pretty much new. It's like 20, 30 years old though. They refurbished it, repainted it and everything. So it's got the vertical beaters in the back. The door will open and then the slide will push all the manure out and it'll hit these. I was gonna use a really old style manure spreader and thought that wouldn't do the best. Thankfully, my neighbor let me borrow this and we'll use Grant's tractor. Some of this stuff is over a year old, pretty dry, and should spread really good, and it's composted. I mean, it doesn't even smell that bad. There's a few chunks like this that I'll try and get with the skid loader and break them up.
Now the alfalfa here is about 2 weeks post third cutting, and in a perfect situation we would have put this on right after that third cutting, but between some rain and starting soybean harvest, this is when I was able to get it on. And the alfalfa is about ankle high here, and we'll see next spring if we're doing any damage here by driving over it, and we'll try and turn as wide as we can to not tear anything up.
So then we gotta figure out what gear. They have it set right now where full load will last them half a mile rows, and it does, I think he was saying 12 rows, depending how. You can change your RPM speed, your ground speed.
I just go real slow.
All that stuff. Yeah.
It really launches you out there.
It'll start getting thick here soon.
So you're going 3 miles an hour.
Maybe this stuff is so fine.
Yeah, it's so fine, which is perfect, which is what you want. So to stop it, you know how to stop it, right? It spreads it to like powder, that's what you want. Even if you aren't, it doesn't really matter.
So I'll slide this thing down.
Looks really even.
Then that boy, he called his daddy to tell him what he did, as the master screamed the lyrics of the messed up kid. And then he told that old man he was never coming back to be cut down again in a town like that. Then he surely came to learn people come to watch you fall. He's out to make a name and a fool out of them all. They'll never understand that boy and his kind. So don't stop going south, 'cause they'll let you play your music real damn loud. Don't stop heading south.
So we got Ty the Farm Guy here. If you guys haven't, check out his YouTube channel. He's got a cool YouTube channel. I was just watching it the other day, and we're loading some manure for Spencer here. Okay, so I guess I didn't walk you guys through this. Turn the PTO on, and then open the gate, and then that'll spread some, and then we've got the push. Put the gear. So that push bar pushes all of it out the back, and usually it takes a while for it to kind of compress. So I'm just gonna keep her basically at 4 miles an hour, and I think this is good speed, right, Ty? Doesn't it look good? Like it's spreading good?
Yeah. It looks, when we spread it, it's not done.
Come on, come on!
It's still going.
It's almost done. It's almost done. I know it is.
It's still going. It's still going. It's still going. Still going. Still.
There we are. There we are. Come on. Come on.
It's still going.
We got about half a load left here. We covered the 10 acres pretty good. So when we come out here, a lot of this stuff you can't even see. There's no big chunks. There's a few chunks here and there. I'll try and find some. But most of the stuff we're working with is nice, soft, broken up. And it helps that it was composted. That makes a big difference. So I'm in between two passes here, and we'll see what kind of job it was doing. Here's more of a bare spot. But most of it is very nice stuff. Doesn't even knock over any plants. You can see it's down in there, and that's pretty cool. The only negative to doing it at this time is we're running over some plants. They should be fine. and come back later, but I'm sure it's putting some stress on them. Stuff like this is the biggest chunk I see. So it's just solid stuff you can't break up. Exciting stuff. I'm excited to see what's gonna yield next year, how we'll do a full season, a full stand. It took us the first 2 cuttings to get the oats out of it, and then they just weren't good stands either. And we came in interseeded. So learned a lot this year, made some mistakes for sure, and look forward to next year.
Then I ended up selling all of our third cut in hay pretty quickly.
All right, we're gonna deliver 150 bales here. There's about 220 on the rack, and I wanna pull some of the best ones and keep the worst ones for later. So we'll get it organized here and strap down.
Then a couple weeks later, after most of the corn was out, we made some small cornstalk bales to trade to the neighbors for the manure we used.
We're gonna be baling some corn stalks here. We'll see how many we make.
I'm interested. They said I could plant a field of it.
Oh, this is short corn.
This is short decal corn.
Oh, really?
Like 5 different numbers.
Oh.
And then there's 5. I got a town. Luke has a little field. We have 5 different numbers. So we're gonna harvest it tomorrow and weigh it all out and see which.
Gotcha.
See how
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
They said if you have a 100-mile-an-hour wind, it's supposed to stand up.
Save it. Yeah. Huh.
But and there's less stock involved, so you don't have. So I'm anxious to see if we can yield as close as what we got with our regular. How do you feel?
They heavy?
Oh, it's pretty good. Oh,
900.
5,000.
Okay.
900,000. What happened? What's up?
We got her clogged up. We made probably 100 so far, and yeah, everything's working good. So.
I can run it into the.
No, it's all good. You guys ready?
Last time we did this, there was a snake. Did you see that part? There
Yeah.
was a snake in one of the bales. That scared me.
We had a snake in the bale.
Yeah.
But it was dead.
Was it? Yeah. Because it's hard or boring?
Boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like bull riding.
That's cool.
So I've been entering I only entered one rodeo.
So you do that at the fair? The county fair?
Dayton Rodeo.
All right, we're gonna unload the rack here. We got a elevator.
At one point, this barn wasn't here. This door wasn't here. Gotcha. This was the back wall. Okay.
We'll let Josie catch up. Belt slip. Push, Josie, the bottom wheel, just push it forward like that, real quick. There you go. One at a time. Yeah.
Okay.
Or 2 light ones. I don't know. Come on, baby.
We got all the bales stacked, and now here's what the field looks like up to date a few months later in December. Recently we've got a dusting of snow, and we got just about 8 inches of frost in the ground, which is pretty good to see, and that'll help break up some of the compaction over this winter. The good thing is the alfalfa got plenty of GDUs after our last cutting and should yield good for next year with the boost from manure. Right now we're really cold, and hopefully we get some more moisture from snow. Alfalfa is a perennial, so it will grow back next year. Right now it looks pretty sad with all the leaves dropped. One thing that could happen is we get a really nasty cold spell of -20, -10 for a few weeks, and there's no snow to insulate it. And I think you can have some alfalfa die off from a really hard winter. So we'll see what it's like next year. This is my first time ever doing alfalfa, so learning a lot. And now here is our manure analysis. This is my first time ever looking at one. Been doing some research trying to better understand it. Right here is our total moisture. 58% of our weight there is actually just going to be water. And that's important when we look at total nutrients, pounds per ton. My understanding is an as-is analysis will have this factored in when displaying your pounds per ton. Like right here, our organic nitrogen. I don't think it's actually 13. I think half of that is about water. I might be wrong. So just keep that in mind. Here's our 2 nitrogens, organic. So we for sure had some corn stalks in the manure. There's some other organic materials. Then inorganic, or something that's going to be plant ready available probably this next spring, 13 pounds to the ton. Here's our phosphorus, and then potassium, 12 pounds to the ton. We have our micronutrients, some sulfur, a lot of calcium in there, and then some iron and magnesium as well. So the hardest part here is figuring out how many actual pounds of manure we put on per acre to try and understand how much nutrients we put out there. So I'm going to say each skid loader bucket weighs 1,000 pounds of manure. We put 10 buckets per truckload. We did 14 total dump truck loads. That comes to 140,000 pounds of manure. Divide that by a ton, we have 70 tons of manure. And to divide that by approximately 13 acres, that comes to about 5.3 tons per acre of manure. But I might have over or underestimated that. And again, the spreader probably didn't do a perfect job. But let's just say that's an average. We put about 5 tons per acre. That's about 70 to 60 pounds of nitrogen that we put on there per acre. And all these nutrient numbers would be multiplied by 5 to find our pounds per ton here. But could be totally off. It's good that we did this so that next year, or if we get more manure or something like that, we have at least something to reference off of. And comment below if you're more familiar with these manure analysis and if you see anything here that stands out to you.